Hi, in this tutorial, we will learn the basics of Microsoft Excel from very beginning. So why do we use Microsoft Excel? So if you are a data entry operator, or if you are an analyst, or if you are any working professional, there are chances that you will be using Microsoft Excel because it's a spreadsheet tool, and the world of business depends on data, numbers and tables. And this software Excel is one of the most used software for making spreadsheets or tables or presenting data in the tabular format. So it is very important to learn the very basics and all the functions and all the features which it offers. So we are covering all of them one by one, and in this video we'll be covering the very basics so that you can just kickstart your journey. So to start with, first of all, we have to understand, what is the interface all about. So on the top, we'll be having the menus, and then we are having these shortcut buttons. We will be exploring each of them, like many of them. And these are the row numbers. These are the columns. So columns are identified by A, B, C, D, and the rows are identified by numbers A1, 2, 3, 4. And if you want to identify any particular cell, so then you have to use the column and the number. So B1, so this is B1, this is B2, like that. So this is how you will identify any cell when you're telling someone that okay, this is the cell you have to work on, so something like that. On the bottom there is the worksheet name. So basically you can switch the worksheets, so each worksheet is independent and can contain different kind of data. So like here we have zoomed in, while over here the data is not zoomed in. So you can just zoom in, zoom out by your pinch in, pinch out, or you can just use this slider as well. So we are using Mac OS X, and even if you are using Windows, 99% features are same and the interface is same. So you can pretty much relate this tutorial to any of the versions of Microsoft Excel, and even the LibreOffice Calc, because these are 99% same. The nomenclature or the placement of the shortcuts is slightly different. How to rename the worksheet's name? So all you can do is either double click on the worksheet name and just type in whatever you want. So for example, class, room, and that is one of the ways. Another way is to right click on the worksheet button and then select rename, and then you can just choose whatever name you want, for example university. So like that you can rename or change the name of the worksheets. And now these are individual cells, and the cell can contain values of different types. So if you enter 1, then it will be a numeric type, and if you will enter A, then it will be a text type. So how to know which type of data you have entered? And this is very important to know. So like if you will use type function, it will tell you 1 is for numbers and 2 is for text. So sorry, type, and then bracket starts, and then we have 2. So this is 2 is for text. And for dates, dates are also numeric of numeric types. So if you will just use type, then it will tell you that it is 1, which is numeric type, right? So if you are having a string, for example monkey, this is type of text because it is 2. So 2 is text, 1 is numeric. So I hope this is clear. So you must know the functions as well. So functions, like type is one of the functions which tells you what is the type of that value in the cell is, right? So now what we'll do is we will start with the basics. So suppose we are having certain numbers 2, 4, oopsie. So we had changed the type of the number. Now it is same. Yeah. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 over here, and we are having, let's say, some random number over here. And what we want to do is we want to apply some operations, different kind of operations in these. So let's say this is the quantity, and this is the price. And suppose you want to know the sum of all of these. Before that, we will be using we'll be having another column which will be of amount. So you can just select it, and even you can even border it. So now we have bordered it, we have made it bold as well. We can do the background color, we can use any of the background color using this. So yeah, looks pretty, and we can align it as well. And then we can just use sum. Sorry, this will be a multiplication. So value 1 into value 2. So this is the asterisk mark, and we are having the value. So we are having 2 into 12 is 24. So we have the amount now. So equals to, and then first value into second value, and we are having all these values. And if you want to apply some shortcut and you don't want to do it manually, you can just click on this square button, small square button, and this plus will appear. Just drag it down, and now you will be having all of these values as well. So basically what happened was this function was copied to the other functions as well. So this is pretty handy and very useful when you want to apply some function or some operation in multiple cells. You don't have to do it manually. You can just pull that thing, and it will copy every value. Now what we want to do is we want to calculate the sum of the values which are in the column. So just use sum function. So before using the sum function, what we can do is we can just use equals to, and then we have value 1, and then we can just type plus symbol, and then value 2, and then again plus, then value 3, then again, then value 4, then again. So we can keep on doing that, and we have now this sum. But this is not the very nice way of doing it. So what you can do is you can use the function, and which is sum function. So sum, and then bracket starts, and then you can do is to select this cell and then drag it the selection to the last value, and you will be having the same sum. So this is much better because this takes very less efforts, because here you have used the function. So basically functions makes your life very easy, because you don't do many of the things manually. And now, and over here we have done all of these things manually. So it's not the nicest way, but when you're starting up, this is the most easiest way, because what happens is at times you will make some insertions as well. So let's say if you have inserted any new row, then what will happen is that particular row won't be added in this manually summed thing. So what you can, and if you will however enter the value, let's say 10, then this value will be added to it, because we have dynamically so this will dynamically select the first and last value, and if you will insert any other value in between these, it will also be included in the sum function, but it won't be done in the in this way or this approach. So you must know these little things when you are working on some reporting work. So you have to ease off your efforts by knowing a lot of things. These are the very small things, and but that will help you in gaining a lot of speed as compared to your peers. Now what you can do is you can learn how to subtract numbers basically. So for that you have to just type equals to, and then we have the first value and then minus second value, which can be this, for example. So here we have subtracted two values. What you can do is you can have multiple values as well. So like this value minus this value minus this value minus this value. So now we have done that as well, and now this is the result. So there can be multiple cases. For example, suppose you want to sum the numbers first. So for example, you have to sum all of these, and then you have to subtract these, the sum of these values and these. So again sum and then these. So this is slightly complicated, because we have implemented 2 times the function, but this will be a very good exercise for you. So what we have done is we have summed these numbers, and then we have subtracted that uh, with this. So doing that again, suppose we are having the sum over here. So here we have all the sum, and then we have to add these number as well, and the numbers are added. Now if you will subtract this minus this, then we are having the result. So here we have first of all summed all these numbers, and this is the value, and then we have summed all these values, and this is the result. And we have finally subtracted these two values, like C8 minus B8, or we have subtracted B8 from C8. So this is one of the approaches, but this is the shortcut wherein we have summed all this using the function, and then we have subtracted this. So there are different approaches which you can take, but you must know how to do each of them, so that you will understand which of the approaches are good for your case. Now the last thing is the division. So for that we have to just type equals to, and then the first value, then the slash, and then the second value. So for example, we are dividing it by 5. So now this is the result. So if you will double click on this, we are having C5 upon A5. So these were the ways using which you could really multiply, add the numbers, or subtract the numbers, or divide the numbers. So 4 operations are very important, which we have learned so far. Now we can calculate the average of the values which we have. So we are having these values which are about 6. So we will just use the average function and select all of these 6 values, and we are having the average now 206.5. And we can remove the decimal as well by just clicking on this button. So this will just round off the number. So for more accurate, or for increasing the number of decimals, we can use the left one, and for reducing the precision of the number, we can use this one. So decrease decimal and increase decimal. And if you want, if the number is quite big and you want to make it separated by commas, then you can, for example, if you're having this large number, and if you want to include the commas as well, for that you have to use this this shortcut, which is comma style. So click on that, and it will also add decimals. We can get rid of decimals by clicking on that, and now we are having these comma separated numbers as well. So far we have played with the very basic functions and the mathematical operations. Now we have also learned how to beautify the table. So for example, here we have these values, and we have implemented the border for these by using this, and here we are having different types of borders. So like different locations of this as you can border, and we have selected the all borders, and you can also border this, and you can even have some shading as well, or background color, and you can type, for example, total, and you can make it center lined and make it bold as well. So for bold you can use this, for italic you can have this, underline, just so that the readability increases, because that is very important when you're working on tables. So that's done, and now we will understand how to add or insert a new column. So all you have to do is just right click on the top. You will see different options wherein you can just click on the insert one to insert more columns, and you can delete the columns by right clicking and again clicking on delete. And here we are having a new column, so you can just copy paste this over here so that the formatting is copied, and just type, for example, items, and here we are having, let's say, fruits, then we are having furniture, then we are having toy car, then we are having let's say vegetables, then we are having what, pens, then we are having pencils. So like that, we are having few items over here, and what we want to do is we want to copy the formatting of the entire cell. So just select it and then click on format. This is the paintbrush kind of thing. Just click on it and just paste it here, and the formatting will be copied from this particular column which we selected earlier and to this one. So this is very handy and saves a lot of time for you. So yeah, you must remember that. And once you're done with that, you're having very pretty looking table. And what we now want to do is we want to apply the filters, and for that you have to first of all select the table and then go to data and then click on auto filter, and the filter will be applied, and you can sort these data as per for example decreasing or increasing for any of these parameters or the columns. For example, quantity, if you want to sort by quantity in descending order, for example. So here we are having this by descending, by ascending, like that. We are having the price, we have in descending and ascending, and we are having the column ascending and descending. Yeah, so all these rows will be rearranged as per the order which we have selected for any of these columns. So this is very important when you want to present data to someone, and they will be able to see which item has the highest amount, sort of that. So all these kind of insights will be very helpful for everyone. So once that is done, there is another way to create the table. So let's say if you are having if you want to have this table, so click on the table, and where is the data of your table? Just click on it, and now we are having the filters applied, and you can have as many as filters in all these tables. So which is not the case with the normal filters. So when you apply any filter from here, you can only have one table with that filter applied in a single worksheet. While with this feature, by applying this table feature on any existing table, you can have as many as tables. So for example, if you're having another table, so we are having, for example, this table as well. So if you will select this and go to table and click on auto filter, and again if you'll go to this table and you will apply auto filter, what will happen is the auto filter will go from this table and it will be gone. So basically that will be disabled, and if you have to select enable the auto filter over here, so you have to do select and then enable. But if you want the auto filter to be enabled for both tables, it is not possible. So now as you have seen that you cannot have multiple filters applied to the tables. So first of all we can disable by going again to the data and auto filter. Now what we'll do is we will select the table and then go to insert and then table. So here we have the table, right? And you can make it a little pretty by selecting and making it a little dark, for example. And now again going to this second table and then going to insert and then table, and then finally we are having, let's say this is our red table, red background, for example. So yeah, we are having two tables now, and the filters applied to each of them. So this is very important to know. At times you will be lost how to do this. So if you want, you can have multiple tables with the filters applied to each of them. Now we will learn how to copy paste values in Microsoft Excel. So suppose you're having the value ABC in a cell, and if you want to paste it to, for example, over here. So first of all, we'll try cut and paste. So just click on cut and then select the cell where you want to paste it, and once you're there, just click on paste. Now if you will try to paste again, it cannot be done because you have already cut and pasted it, so it won't be stored in your memory of your system. Now if you are having another value def and you want to copy paste it, just select or click on the copy button, and wherever you want to paste it, just go there and click on paste. And if you want to copy and paste again, you don't have to click on copy again, you can just keep on pasting that. So that is one of the ways of doing that, or you can just use the shortcuts control or command control C for copy, and control X for cut, and control V for pasting that. So here we have done that, but you won't be able to see. So that was about the copy pasting the values. So that was about cut and copy and pasting of the values. And now we will be learning how to copy the formatting of any cell to another cell. So for example, if you're having A, B, C, D, E or any value like this, and we have made it bold, we have made it like this. This is ugly, so we're having kind of this. We can make it slightly different as well, which is looking very ugly, but will help us at least understand. So here we are having the original formatting which we want to copy to this particular cell. So what you have to do is just select it, click on format, and then click on the cell where you want to copy the formatting. So now we can see that the formatting has been copied to the another cell. So all you have to do is just select the cell which you want to copy the formatting from, and then click on this particular paintbrush which is format, and then click on the cell where you want to paste that formatting. So that is how you copy and paste the formatting. So that was about that. Now about the formatting in the sense alignment of the text. So you can do the left alignment, center alignment, right alignment using all these three things, and you can even do the align to top, in between, or the bottoms. For example, if we have aligned this to the center, now we can just click on this button which is for align to top, and then align to middle, and then align to bottom. This is how you use alignment in Microsoft Excel, and you can even have that text in different manners. For example, vertical text. So this is how it will appear in using the vertical text, and you can do the middle formatting, align to middle, so that it looks pretty nice. Although this is looking very ugly, so we can just change the color. So now this is looking pretty better. You can resize the columns width by just clicking on the middle part of each of these and then dragging to left, right, however you want. You can do that for the rows as well. So you can do it for one single row, or you can select multiple rows and then just choose any size you want, and all the following cells will be copying the same size as well. So like you can see, if you have stretched it further, the other rows which you have selected will also get resized to the selection. So here we have reduced the size of each. Likewise for the columns, if you have selected 4 columns, and whatever the size you will resize for one, it will be done for all the other columns as well. So this is very helpful when you are creating any table, because you want the columns to be evenly sized. So here we can see that if you have selected all of these, then they are resized together. But if you will select only one column, it will then only the changes will be done to that particular column. So very important to understand this the thing. Now if you are having long text in your cell, for example, hello world, this is amazing. So as you can see, the columns width is pretty less. So how to move that extra text in the second line? For that you have to just click on the cell and then go to wrap text, and you can just double click over here and the text will be wrapped, and the size of the cell will be changed, and that will be changed for the entire row as well. So yeah, double click on that and this will be done. What you can do is, if that is not enabled, if wrap text is not enabled, you can just double click over here and the column width will be changed. So either ways you can have different ways to accommodate your text. You can keep it wrapped in multiple columns, or you can just increase the in multiple rows, or you can have the long column for your text, and you can double click on that to reduce the size as per the normal height of the text. So these were some of the basic features and functions and tools of Microsoft Excel, and in following tutorials we'll be exploring the Microsoft Excel in more detail. So please do drop your comments so that we can include more tutorials on this topic.
Thanks so much for watching this tutorial. If you liked it, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and if you didn't, then leave a comment so that we can improve it further. Do watch these suggested tutorials to learn even more, and do let us know what you want to learn on Being Skilled.